What the heck is this all about? Come along, we'll find out. Hello and welcome back to the YouTube channel. MFJJ here, talking about Darton Spectra E32. They got kind of this funky little thing going on here, and this is kind of like why I wanted to talk to you about it a little bit, because this does look very unique compared to most other cam systems. Bow's actually a relatively decent looking bow overall. But Darton's been around a really long time, but what this does is it transfers the pressure from left to right more equally and still allows you to yoke tune. So this is one of the few bows out there when you're trying to set your left to right on your tune that you're not actually adjusting your shims left to right. You're still twisting individual yokes, but getting an equal transfer so it receives way less wear in your bearings. So you're going to go through a lot less bearings over time. You're going to see more consistency over time with this system, and this is a system that Darton does not license to other people. So if you're ever wondering what that funky little gherkin thing is going on right there, that's what it is. We're going to test this bow here in a second for you. They say this bow is 330 to 335 foot per second. The axle to axle is 32. Brace height 6 7/16. Mass weight at 4.9. And the draw length is a 25.5 to 31 inch. We went ahead and set this at 70 pounds and 30 inches, and we'll check some of these numbers if we remember to grab measuring tape. Aha! Got it. All right, so see what our axle to axle looks like. 32 inches. Spot on number. 6 7/16. Yeah, that's pretty accurate brace height measurement. Grab our scale here. Forgot to check to see if it's got fresh batteries in it. And it turned off, so it doesn't. I think I got another one over here. Yep. And there's the yardstick. So with the narrow rest, this is weighing in at 5.2 to 5.3. You see that there? So that's pretty close to accurate weight. Let's see how much reflex geometry we have. Down here. Pivot point, pivot point. 2 3/4. It's pretty reasonable for most. See our functional riser length. It's a 32-inch bow, but our riser length is 27 1/4. So I want to say there's some bows out there that are a little shorter that actually have longer risers, so that should give you some stability difference there. But let's check our weight. See what we weighed out at here. Ooh. So you got to push it forward. 71.3, that's close enough. Let's fire a couple arrows out of it and see how it feels. You good? It's actually a pretty smooth draw cycle. There's a little bit of break off at the end there. It dumps into the valley a little. Not terrible though. A little bit of vibration, but it dissipates pretty quickly. There's no string silencers on here, so that would help a little bit. There are a set of limb dampeners on here. I imagine you could probably absorb most of that vibration with a decent stabilizer. Yeah, just a tiny bit of breakover in the end, but all in all, it's a pretty easy drawing cycle. And then the vibration's all gone, but it's minimal. Just kind of residual, kind of hangs out for a bit. Nothing violent. I don't feel any major forward movement in the bow when it goes off, like some bows. So that's the grip I personally like, although a lot of people are probably going to not like a all metal contoured grip, but understand that that's probably the most accurate thing you can shoot. So if you understand how to hold a bow correctly, which if you go back to our how to grip a bow video, you'll understand that this actually is going to be more consistent than most things that you try. So that's something to consider. Yeah, very little forward movement, very little jump, and very little vibration. But let's see how close it is to that speed. All right, here we go. 70 pounds, 30 inches. Looking for 330 to 335 according to the website. Let's see what we get. Whoop. $318. $319. $317. So we're going to call that a 318 average. I did forget to mention that the retail on this bow is $1,049, which is a couple hundred under most of the other bows retail today on the high-end set of things. But that's 12 feet off of the minimum speed, which is pretty common for what we're finding. So it's not ridiculous. So I would say if you're comparing the spec speed against the spec speed of other major brand bows, you're probably going to come into a pretty similar variance, and it's about an accurate number to go off of from there. This cam system does pull pretty darn easy for the speed that it's putting out, so that's something to consider. If you're looking for something that's not the average everyday bow that everybody makes and everybody sells and everybody shoots, if you want something a little different, beat to a different drum, that sort of thing, this is a pretty impressive bow. I definitely take a look at it. It does have a really good wide limb stance and a really good pivoting limb pocket system. I don't see off of this design where this is going to wear or change over time. This actually does look like it's built for the long haul and that you're not going to be replacing parts periodically, and things aren't going to need a lot of maintenance, I wouldn't think, based off of that, especially that lateral transfer of movement. That should alleviate a lot of the stress that your cams go through. So it's probably a realistic long-term purchase for somebody that's looking for a different brand than the major 3 or 4 that you always hear about and see. Head on over to podiumarcher.com for all your archery needs. $99 and up is free shipping. Send me video ideas, guys. I need them. Need lots of them. Working on the other 2 bow builds that I'm sure you're going to ask about. Hopefully we should be having another one of those out in a week or so. Lots more arrow reviews coming. What other products do you want to see reviewed? What other products do you want to see us test and actually vary and be able to tell you what they say it is and what it actually does? Make sure to follow along on the Instagram. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. More importantly than anything, guys, thanks for checking us out.